Hello, this is Team 24 Polytechnos. I'm Hao Tian Zhang. I'm the animator.
I'm Zachary Sandberg. I'm the modeler.
I'm Sarah Thomas, the concept and storyboard artist.
So our original goal for creating the short was for two purposes. One is to create the short to produce CGT program, and another purpose is to also let more people know about our Purdue athletics team. And because of this, we think the unofficial Purdue athletics team mascot, Purdue Pete, would be a great medium to create a great story to provide a way for us to make a very creative and in-depth story about what kind of Purdue Pete is, what's his personality. He's a very strong, beefy character, and who never backs down. And another way is to, because of his personality, we'll be able to get some very creative ideas out of it. And according to our charter requirement, the short will be around 1 to 3 minutes long. We got the animation just past 1 minute, which is pretty great. We are also required to produce high quality models, textures, and rigs, which we already did, which we will show you later in the presentation. Because this is an animated short, it's very obvious the animation will play a huge role in this whole production. So high-level animation, great sound, realistic sound effects that will keep the viewers on their toes, and a comprehensive story that we hope most of the viewers will enjoy. All right.
So for the assets, we always knew that rigging would be the biggest hurdle. However, we got it figured out, and we ended up being able to animate with Purdue Pete. Obviously, the concept art started with obviously the original starting point. And from that, once we had the storyboard and then the animatic, just executing what was in the animatic with the 3D assets was next, and then rendering time took the biggest chunk out of in terms of work time.
Yeah, because we lost our access to the CGT lab, and all our pieces are not that powerful, so it took us a lot of time to just render stuff out, which resulted in a relatively poor quality. I think it was 360p, right? But that's just something that we have to work with because we lost access to the lab. Really unfortunate. We'll be showing our assets now. So before we do though, yes, this is part of the assets. My bad. So, Zach, do you want to talk about the story?
Yeah, sure. So, the story, what the story ended up being is, Purdue Pete, basically falls into a portal and he gets transported to Rossade Stadium, into a reality of where Rossade Stadium gets attacked by an evil mad scientist named Dr. Fowl. And then basically when he falls through the portal, his hammer breaks. And then and Purdue Pete's known for, being the tough guy with the hammer, and putting him in a dynamic where he no longer has that hammer. But then gets a new one, and then we justified the new one by, as the creed of Boilermakers, is resiliency, to me at least, and I'm sure to my teammates, and to use almost him as like a channel to like be able to use almost the spirit of Purdue almost as like a superpower, to me kind of was a cool thing to do. So that's how we got him to be able to, summon the hammer back as stronger than it was before, because Boilermakers, I feel, in adversity, fight back and do not just stay down. And I think that was the point we wanted to get across. Also giving him a voice. He talks in it, which I think was a very big deal, because he's notoriously known, as most mascots are, is to not talk, due to keep the characters presence accurate throughout years as
We've been
people
giving
talk in
him,
different
yeah, we consider giving him a deep low voice. We give him more personality because that's when you see him, he gives you the impression that, oh, he's the kind of person that talks like this. We consider adding him with a kind of voice that seems fitting. Will provide him a more personality and more acceptable for the viewers. Based on that, we also need to talk about the concept art. As you guys can see here, we have 3 characters, but as the slide says, only is Pretty P versus the evil Dr. Fowl. So what about this elephant? Well, originally in our old storyboard, the elephant is supposed to be a representation of the mascot of IU, which was also brainwashed and mind controlled by Dr. Fowl. And we need to fight the elephant. After we defeat the elephant, we save the elephant, rescue the elephant, and then with the elephant's help, we defeat Dr. Fowl. But after we talk to a lot of professors, instructors, and our advisors, we all considered it would be a better idea to just sort of rewrite the story and just get rid of Big Al, which took us some time to rewrite the stories and whatnot. So as you can see here, this is the old concept, which is already in the slide. Those are all storyboard because it had Big Al in it, and so we had to completely scratch the storyboard and something new. And moving on from other assets, as you can see, we also made some like short. We also basically have an individual video for every single shot. This is one where Pete will fall through the portal. This will be the one where he.
My name
Knuckles
is Purdue Pete.
So this is also another one, and then there is also this is also the animatics that we want to show. It's like 2 minutes, but it gives you a general idea of what the story is like. It's not 100% the same as our final product because we made some adjustments to it, either to compress the time or just technical difficulties. But overall, it's still like 95% same.
Yeah. Basically, with the animatic, he falls through like a portal, and he gets to the arena, which is getting attacked by Dr. Fowl, and he is currently turning everyone and everything into eggs. Of course, Purdue Pete tries to stop him. We changed a lot of things since we had to reduce the video and work that we could do. On this part, he throws his hammer at Dr. Fowl, sending him flying off.
And now we see Dr. Fowl flying in the distance. While Purdue Pete recovers the laser gun that Dr. Fowl used, will reverse everything from egg back to its original form.
Yeah, the animatic is actually like longer than the video that we ended up
the
with.
It's like 2 minutes.
An extra minute.
Yep. All right. Now, going back to the slides. This is the part we already showed you. This is also another like one of those clips that we use as a part of our materials that we created. This is just me. That's me. Hello. So this is just me. I have one of my roommates shoot when I was posting a reference. I was basically doing a victory pose, and then I used myself as a reference to create one of the victory scenes in the original short. This is basically how we do our shots in this video. And now we want to talk about the difficulties we've been facing. Pandemic, because everyone gets it. Pandemic has the ongoing pandemic has caused us a lot of trouble, not just physically but also mentally. We all in one way, shape, or form got really affected by this whole pandemic. We basically had to stop working for like 2 weeks just to get used to the situation and recover from it. Some of us also got really sick because not because we got the virus, but because of something else entirely. And another issue we've been having is that restricting to only online communication, and us living all around United States, time difference can sometimes be a real pain in the back. So communicate just the inconsistency of the communication also significantly increased the amount of time we spent on this project, which is really unfortunate. But we managed to find a way to overcome it, and trying to get the job done. Do you guys have anything to add about this?
I'd say definitely the circumstances I think would warrant talking about this, as this is something that most people in their lifetime have not seen before. But I would say I think the way we handled it and we got through it, and with our end result that we got, I'm very proud of my team and everyone in it. And all of my teammates did a great job and were very resilient through all of this. I think, but yes, I do definitely think online communications did play a little bit, a big hindrance in terms of productivity, where I think we could have gotten this done a lot faster had there been, in person to person or computer lab access, as we're all over the place right now and not all at Purdue. Resources were now limited, so that definitely played a huge factor, especially in render time. But also just circumstances varied for each teammate, but all were difficult to deal with. And I think how we overcame it, I think, was noteworthy, and I think something that we shouldn't be ashamed of.
Mm-hmm. And now we're going to talk about end result. Overall, we are extremely happy what we got due to the current circumstances, all the difficulties and hardship we faced. We're really happy with it turns out, and of course, we're going to show it to you all at the end of this presentation. And as Zach already mentioned in the previous slide, you have better working environments. If you have more time to get to talk face to face, discuss with each other physically, you'll greatly reduce the amount of time that we will spend working on the assignment. We have access to a computer lab. That will be awesome as well, because we get better machines, which means faster render time and even higher resolution, because right now we're just stuck with 360p. And we will just play our animated short and boiler up.
My name is Purdue Pete.
And this is my adventure. Hammer, come here. I think I found something. And for the record, the portal that popped out under the bush was not what I meant. I found myself in a nightmare where all my fellow Boilermakers have now been turned into eggs by the evil Dr. Fowl. Once his laser stopped, eggs were everywhere. I barely dodged the laser myself, but I am a Boilermaker. Do not wait to strike till the iron is hot, but make it hot by striking. Thankfully, Dr. Fowl's laser broke off from the ship. No one was becoming an omelet on my watch.
So that's the end of our short. If you got any questions, comments, feel free to let us know. And thank you for watching.